Hello. So this is an inflator. Probably you've seen those Xiaomi inflators, yung mga maliliit. Well, mas malaki dito. With a battery, may battery siya, and then you probably as big as this. At you charge it, and then you can use it to inflate your tires. Recently, because of an incident that happened with my motorcycle, sabi ko I need to be safe. So bumili ako ng jump starter. I wish this is a capacitor jump starter, but if this is a capacitor, I wouldn't be able to use it here. So this is just the usual lithium-ion jump starter that really works. I have a short video of this in this channel. It produces 12 volts, so you can use this to power 12 volt devices or for a jump starter. And I just made I made this for my iPhone 6, but it fits perfectly with this, right? And so I carry this around with my motorcycle, and then the jumper cable is big because it's meant also for cars. That's an overkill for a motorcycle. So what I did with mine, this is my second one, just a spare. So with the first one, I just took the clips out. Tinanggal ko yung alligator clips. I need this. This is a series of diodes para hindi magbalik ng baterya, especially sa kotse. Pero it's better safe na rin. Pwede rin fuse dito, siguro I will say 20 amps para mas maliit. But what I did with mine is I installed this on the bike, na para ito na lang yung dala ko, diba? So, ito na lang yung dala ko, wala na akong dalang cable, nasa bike na, at least for my bike. Hindi ko ito mapapahiram basta-basta, no? But that's possible. So since I have this, a power supply, basically a 12 volt power supply, sorry, not this leather bag, by the way, I made this leather bag also. This essentially, this is a jump starter, it's a charger for your devices, 5 volts, it is a lamp of course, but it's a 12 volt source. And so when buying for an inflator, I decided not to get the or anything with a built-in lithium power, because I don't need it. I won't need it because I'll be carrying this anyway, and if it's in the car, I'll just use the cable it comes with it, but I don't intend to use this for the car. And so I picked up the best, I think, in what I could find, best in terms of the footprint. As a matter of fact, I was so excited to make this that I created I made this just a mock-up of the size without the thickness, so that I know that if I make something like this for my motorcycle, again for the other side, then it will fit, of course given the thickness. And the Xiaomi, unfortunately, with so many good reviews of that, masyado siyang malaki for what I want to do. So I picked this one up, Licheers LC301. Not many reviews in Lazada, merong 10 or 11, and may negative review kasi akala nila merong battery, but this is 50% cheaper than the cheapest Xiaomi I could find. So it's this, okay? And I'm using my iPhone 6 here. This is iPhone 7, so it's about the same size of an iPhone 7. This is an iPhone 6. Some comparison. Alright, so it comes with this, obviously, and you have the inflating tube that you put on the top. By the way, it also has some light like the Xiaomi. The only thing here different here is it doesn't have a lithium battery inside. And then it comes with the power source, the 12 volt power source with a cigarette lighting that I will not use. I will show you why later. And You have a manual, and then you have a fuse. That's good, but not necessarily for me because I won't use that. And then this 3 other nozzle, so that if you ever need to use this for inflating a ball or a bed, this is going to be useful. Just carry it around. So, and that's just about it. Oh, sorry about that. Here's the box. There's not much to it. It's car, motorcycle, bicycle, and ball. So that's those. Let's go with the unit. Let me take this out. Really nice to do that, because I don't like those. I mean, for protection, it's going to be okay. So how heavy is it? I would say 300 to 400 grams. So this is the top. This is where you screw this, and it's detachable. I don't know if the Xiaomi is detachable. I know the Xiaomi goes like this, kind of like a padlock, right? It's a Xiaomi, but I don't know if they the tube in the Xiaomi ay talagang natatanggal. And then you have 4 buttons here. This is the start button, plus, minus, and probably the mode button. And then you have the 12-volt source, which what I will do here, because with my motorcycle I have a battery tender, and I have an outlet for what we call a battery tender terminal, or the proper name is SAE terminal. So this is an SAE terminal, and for 12-volt devices or 24-volt, and I will just simply swap it, because I have this source for my motorcycle. So if I use this, I'll just need to plug this on that plug in my motorcycle. But also, since my power source here, my portable power source, has an EC5 connector, like so, EC5 connector, I am going to make an EC5 connector to SAE. So I will be able to use this with my 12-volt power source. But for now, I'll just use the alligator clips. Okay, so you have ventilation here, but I think this is that ventilation also. This is where, and here, and at the bottom. That's it. And probably here on top. I'm not sure if it will work as good as advertised, but according to the ad, this can continuously run for 40 minutes. That's a lot to inflate a tire. Others would heat up at about 10-15 minutes, but this is rated for 40 minutes of continuous use. And for my usage motorcycle, I don't think I will need that, even from 0 psi. Okay, so let me try this. As I mentioned, this is gonna be my power source. I will make some cables for this, and there's a power source there. Just a normal 5.5 plug, and there's no on and off. I think all you have to do is power it. Of course, this is the negative and the positive. And true enough, we have some power. So right there it says car. It says car. So I think you switch this. I don't know. I read the manual here, but I don't want to read the manual. It's in Chinese anyway. Let me show you. The manual is all in Chinese. Let me turn off the lights here. Oh, maybe this is even better. So that's the manual. Okay. Maybe this is a better light. Yeah. Anyway, let me do it again. So this has 2 meters of wire, so it's good. And it says 00, and it's meant for car, and I think that's only to set a preset bar or PSI, but let me just do it. So for car it's 2.5. For motorcycle it is set at 2.2, which is what I need for my motorcycle. Actually 2.2 is about 32 to 33 PSI. Let me check very quickly. So for my motorcycle I use 32. I pinapump ko siya ng 32 to 33 PSI. So I think this is about right. Okay, 2 bar. So yeah, about sorry, you can't see it. So yeah, so my calculation is correct. About 32 PSI, 2.2. And so once it's set, this has an automatic stop. Once it reached the 2.2 bar or 32 PSI, I think you can also change this to PSI. I don't want to deal with this now. But once it's set there and you just put this on, and like this, it's already set. You just click the top button, I think. And true enough, there's power, right? So I'm gonna try this motor. Let's see if it will. Oh, I just need to top it off. Maybe I will try to pump it from 0. Okay, let's go there. Okay, so I am going to deflate this front tire to 0 to test how much time it will take for that little pump to pump it right back to 32, 33. First, I need to remove my TPMS sensor, and then just to make it easy, I'm gonna take off the pin. So it's almost completely deflated. By the way, this is tube, not tubeless. Completely deflated. Now this. So as I mentioned, I'm still using my power bank, and according to this it still has about 100. That's the power, and make it motorcycle 2.2 PSI 31, make it 32. Okay, so here we go. Let me pause this for a while and let's put in some touch motion. Okay, it's now up to 30, 31. It's only about less than 5 minutes in total. So it should start at 32. And it's not very loud. I mean, I'm speaking normally with there you are. So it's about give or take 5 minutes, maybe even less than 5 minutes, because I'm timing it also with my watch. And impressive. 32, back to 32 from 0. So now let me see, and it's not, it didn't hit up actually. Yeah, it's quite normal. And for that, this was 75% when I started it, and it's still 75%. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Don't worry about the wires for now, because I'm gonna create a different wire for this, just to use this with this power bank. But it's impressive. It says it reads 32. Let me try to. My suspicion is that it reads a lot lower than the actual. So let me read this using another gauge. I don't know if that can be calibrated, so that will be the only downside, I think. But so far, I am impressed. It's reading 28. Okay, let me try again with the TPMS, if it will read. Right now it's saying 0, of course. It reads, it is reading, so it's from 32 if you've seen earlier. Kita nyo naman. I had a problem with this gauge, hindi ko masakto ng tama. And now in my TPMS, it's reading 29, but I doubt that this is the updated one, because I need, this TMS works if it has a few rotations already, and so let's not trust that. But in any case, just by the feel of it, under 5 minutes, pretty good, I would say, huh? Alright, so this is the end of this video, and I think this is a very good setup. You have one of these jump starter power bank, and then pair it with this, and then you're good to go, right? So in a pinch, you need to start your motorcycle. If you have a low charge, then you can use this. If you have if you need to inflate your tires or to top it up, you have this. You can use this either with this as a power source or with your motorcycle battery. So I like it, minus the gauge. I haven't tested the gauge yet, but I think what's left now is make a case for this. Of course, it should be a leather case, like in this theme. So this is my, this is my toolbox here, and I'm gonna make one for this as well. Alright, so all in all, that's the Licheers portable tire inflator. Really works well. Bye bye now.